A deep change in the way that we live requires a deep change in the way that we think. I'm Carla Reeves, and this is Differently. Happy Thursday if you're listening live. Today's episode is about looking at what we can control in uncertain times. Lately, I've noticed in conversations with people I love, with clients, and with myself too, that there's a lot that we can't control right now. The speed of things, the noise, there's a lot of uncertainty. We can't control other people's choices or the headlines or the timing of things or the outcome. And when life feels shaky, it's really easy to reach for control without even realizing it, wanting to fix and solve and figure out and predict or manage or brace for what could go wrong next. I get it. And today I want to invite you to think about this differently. Instead of following the feeling or need to control everything around you, what if you asked, what do I actually have stewardship or agency over today? This provides a completely different approach, and it shifts us from feeling at the mercy of our circumstances or what's happening around us to a place of choice and power about how we move through it. And this matters more than you realize. It's something I see again and again when I'm working with private clients, that a woman can come into coaching feeling like life is so full and maybe she's got elderly aging parents that she's caring for and caring for young children. Her business still has uncertainty. Her marriage requires attention. Her kids need her. The hard things don't magically disappear in coaching, but the way that she moves through them does. And what I witness is she's calmer, she's clearer, she's less wound up in fear. She's not getting bossed and bullied around by her thoughts. She's more grounded, more present, more able to choose. This is real change. And it's sometimes we discount the kind of change because it's invisible. But invisible change really creates visible impact. I want you to think about that as you're sitting in your own circumstances that maybe you don't have control over and that you're feeling saddened or frustrated by. When you change the invisible things, when you focus on the invisible things that you do have power over, the way that you shift those things, the way that you change your thinking affects the way you walk into a room. It affects the way you respond to your husband or the way you lead your business or the way you're able to sit and be present with your child. It impacts the way you make a decision. Think about it. It even impacts the way that you sleep, because when our mind is calmer and quieter, we sleep better. It impacts the way you pray or the posture in which you pray, and it impacts the way you walk through the hard things. These kinds of changes can feel insignificant or small, but they are actually life-altering. So, my friend, if you've been spinning in uncertainty this week, may this podcast episode be your reminder that while you may not control the current storm of your circumstances or the world, you do have influence over your inner world. You have influence about what you give your attention to. You have influence over the thoughts that you keep allowing to run in your mind. You get to choose whether you focus on the darkness or of what's happening or turn yourself to the light. You get to choose your pace, your posture, how you respond, and that next step that you're going to take. And that, my friend, is why I come back to writing again and again. Not always because I love to write or want to write, but because I need to calm my thoughts, calm my mind from racing too far ahead, to calm my heart from worry, so that I can show up with purpose to my life today and be of service to what's in front of me. This doesn't always come easy, and that's okay. It's worth fighting for. As you go back into your day, I want you to remember that you hold the dials to your inner life, and you can turn down the noise on the inside. You can get honest with yourself about what's taking up space in your mind You can pay attention to your habits that are adding to your anxiousness and fear and replace them with things that help you feel more centered and grounded. Write it out if that helps. Empty your mind and all the worries and fears and thoughts. Pass out all the things that you cannot control and circle the things where you do have control and influence today. And then ask yourself, who do you want to be in the middle of this? How do you want to show up as you walk through this? What is the next right step for you? So friend, what if our mission in these times is to find a way to be steadier in the face of uncertainty? What if we worried less about the bumps in the road and instead focused on getting equipped for the journey? I've witnessed it in my life, and I watch it in my clients as they find calm and agency on the inside in the invisible things. That work changes everything, because as you feel steadier on the inside, it changes the way you show up for your family, for yourself, for your clients, for the people who rely on you, and for the life that you're building. You feel pulled in a lot of directions today by things you cannot control. Let this be your invitation to come back, to calm your mind, get back to your breath, turn to God, write it out, come back to what's actually yours and where you actually have influence today. And remember, don't look to the world for peace. Peace is found and nurtured and cultivated on the inside. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Differently. Hey, if you're ready to stop circling the same thoughts and start creating real momentum, check out my coaching experiences. There's a 12-week experience for a big shift, or there's a monthly writing and coaching partnership for ongoing clarity, creativity, alignment, and momentum. You can find all the details at carlareeves.com. And if you enjoyed this episode, please help me grow the podcast and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and share with someone you love. Until next time, stop surviving your life, start creating it.